on the morning of December 7, 1941, a war in the Pacific was already an hour old. No one in Oahu, Hawaii was aware of the events that would later unfold. However, the Japanese had already begun their siege of attack. This is how the events unfold.
O300 hours. Minesweeper spots submarine periscope.
0610. Commander Mitsuo Fuchida, leader of Japanese air attacks, orders carriers to glide into the wind. The first wave of planes are released into the sky. 183 bombers, fighters, and torpedo planes are among this fleet.
0702. The Army's Opana Mobile Radar Station is one of the 6 radar stations protecting Oahu. One of the privates active on duty looks into the oscilloscope and gasps in terror. He asks the other private on duty to confirm the sighting of 50 or more aircrafts heading for Oahu. The call is made to Fort Schaffner.
Oh 0715. The ward's message is seen and dismissed as a false reporting of submarines. Admiral Kimmel decides to wait for verification.
0740. A half hour after takeoff, Japanese planes spot the tip of Oahu. Residents remain unaware as Pearl Harbor is close to being under attack.
Once the fleet had reached Pearl Harbor, Fuchida gave the order for attack. Because the American fleet showed no sign of preparation, the torpedo bombers would attack first. However, due to Fuchida's surprise, both dive bombers and torpedo bombers deployed the first attack positions. Fuchida was in a state of frustration, but upon noticing the destruction of the U.S. fleet, he realized that he had accomplished his mission, and immediately sent out the now famous radio message exclaiming, "Tora, Tora, Tora." The Pearl Harbor attack plan consisted of 2 immediate goals: the destruction of American aircraft carriers known to frequent the area, and the sinking of as many other capital ships as possible, especially battleships. With these 2 tasks complete, Japanese High Command hoped to neutralize the American fleet's ability to project air and sea power in the Pacific Basin.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7th, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
The same day as President Roosevelt's Day of Infamy speech, Congress declared war on Japan. Over 3,500 Americans were killed or wounded in 2 waves of terror lasting 2 long hours. 350 aircrafts were destroyed or damaged. All 8 battleships of the U.S. Pacific Fleet were sunken or badly damaged, including the USS Arizona. The military effort was strongly supported by all American civilians on the home front. Every person contributed either as a soldier, provider of munitions, money, or morale to fight the war to victory.
February 10, 1947, the Paris Peace Treaties were signed, signifying the official end to the war between the Allied forces and the Axis powers in World War II.
Completed in 1961, the USS Arizona Memorial is a 184-foot-long structure that spans the mid-portion of the sunken battleship and consists of three main sections: the entry room, the assembly room, and the shrine room, where the names of 1,177 crewmen who lost their lives are engraved.
Over 1 million people visit the USS Arizona Memorial each year. They file quietly in through the building and toss flower wreaths and leis into the water.
The memorial grew out of wartime desire to establish a monument to honor those who died in the attack.
When I got there, I had goosebumps about 6 inches high on my arm.
I don't care how many times I go there. When I step on that platform, it sort of breaks me up. Every time.
Indelibly impressed into the national memory, the USS Arizona seeks to recall the image of the day that lives in infamy and spark the battle cry, "Remember Pearl Harbor," into the minds of many Americans.